A common question I get amongst businesses or even just creators is, when should I hire an editor? When's the right time, or how do I know I'm ready for one? And even then, you're probably thinking, how can I even afford one? So I'm going to use this chance to just quickly explain when I think you're ready for an editor, what that entails for you and your business, and how to make the most of getting an editor on your team. Because I think that a lot of us think of it differently. We think too much on how much is it going to cost, but when you're looking at it as a business investment or like an opportunity to expand your team, I think shifting your mindset on this would really help you understand when is the time to actually include someone in your production. So let me just jump right into this. So, okay, when is it time to get an editor, right? Well, that question gets asked a lot about because a lot of people want to save time in their life. They don't enjoy the editing process. And sometimes they just think that upping the quality of their videos is what's going to make them blow up. When, yes, there's definitely nuance to everything. But if you're just starting out and you're looking to, I don't know, expand your team, the thing is, you got to ask yourself why. Like, what is it about an editor that you think is going to solve the problem in your business? Is it upload cadence? Are you not uploading videos quick enough and you think having an additional pair of hands will solve that problem? Do you feel that you're just too tied down to your desk, so in reality you just want to hire an editor so you can invest that time into your family, into your partner, into another aspect of your business, right? Like, I would advise you to first think about what is the problem that the editor is there to solve. Because I will say that sometimes, remember that an editor will not fix every problem in your business. Meaning, just because you're uploading once a week does not mean that an editor will suddenly change that to 2 or 3 times a week. Because you got to consider the time involved in making your videos, the time involved in having that editor have the time to adapt to your style, and then also how long is it going to take for them to really understand your workflow and for you to understand how to work with somebody else that isn't just you. Because remember, we get so tied up into our own projects, into our own processes, that we don't remember that we made this with the understanding that I know what I'm doing because this whole process I made myself. But when you have someone else included, now you got to build a system, and that takes time to make, especially if you've never done that. And being a producer, anytime I work with a client and we're there to make videos, I always include them into my own work processes, and I also have to ask them, what is your normal work process like? Because now I got to find a way to insert myself. Now, that's a skill that I developed over time, and I wouldn't say that expect that from everybody, but the point is that there is a skill and there's a time involvement that needs to be had to get someone on your team. Now, here's the thing too, right? With all of this is, okay, so you're telling me that I need to think about what problem they're solving. Well, now I know the problem. The problem is that I'm just not, I don't know, I want to spend more time with my family, right? So then now, yeah, you got to consider the money. And that's usually where some people misconstrue, I think, what it really means to hire someone. So first of all, you know, when it comes to pricing's up to you. If you can only afford $200 and you find someone that can do the video that you're doing for $200, great for you, great for the editor. You made money, great. But a lot of times, a lot of us that are full-time editors, we see this as an investment not only into the business that we're growing with you and your business, but we also have to consider our time. At the end of the day, time is the biggest thing that all of us are looking to outsource, to buy, to have assistance in, and it's not easy even for the editor when I have to juggle 10 different clients to make ends meet, and you know, you want 8 hours of my day, but I'm only getting $100. Just do the math. You know, 100 divided by 8 hours a day, I'm looking at making close to $11 an hour. Well, $12 an hour, but you get the idea. And there's expenses involved with everything. Buying my computer, buying the software, buying the programs that I'm gonna need to make your videos available. Are you gonna supply the stuff? If not, then that's a subscription, that is a service, and that is a plan that you need to think about as the person hiring the editor. Because if the editor doesn't have access to that kind of stuff, you need to supply that. And at the end of the day, that is the safest option. You need everything tied to your business and to your accounts, because if one day Artlist decides to flag the video that I edited for you, even though I have an Artlist account, but I never safe listed that your channel was going to be safe from any takedowns, the best option would have been use a subscription that you own for your business tied to your accounts, and we could have avoided this from the beginning. But then now that's an additional $20, $30 a month. You know what I mean? Like, you got to consider more than just hiring someone. What do I need to make this as simply as I can for both parties, especially for you? At the end of the day, you're looking to outsource to get help for your business. So you got to think of everything that you normally would use to make your videos. How will my editor have access to these files? How will I make sure that they have what they need to get started and be as efficient as possible. And here is what I think is also a big thing that people don't consider when they're hiring someone for the team. You need to think about time. Now, I'm not saying you're not thinking about time, because clearly time is a factor you've thought about, hence why you made the decision, right, to go and look for someone. But it's not just as simple as this person is editing for me. You need to rethink, I think, to think of having someone on your team like an editor, as in, okay, Tony, and I'm gonna put this in perspective for me, right? When my day comes, when I can hire someone to assist me with my videos, right? Let's say I'm gonna pay them $400 a video. Great. Now, I need to think really quick, okay, if I'm going to pay somebody 400 videos to start, I'm going to set expectations on what I need, what am I supplying for them to get the work done, right? And then also, here's the other thing. Now I got to think about the money. Like, okay, they cost $400 a video right now. And if we do great, I'll pay them more. Great. But the issue lies that I only can afford $400 a video. And now, because they're freeing up 8 hours of my day, 20 hours a week, let's say, I don't know, however long your videos take to make, right? If that editor is then freeing you up that time, you should be using that time to further along invest in your business to make the business more money. What do I mean by that? Okay, if somebody was saving me personally, let's say 12 hours a week from editing my own videos, then the best decision I can make for myself in my business is to use the 12 hours to make the money back by getting a sponsor, by editing and uploading an extra video myself, or maybe finding someone I can collab with to, I don't know, just make the video more popular or something. Like, I need to find a way to invest that time to make the money back that I'm losing by paying someone else, because that's the only way that you'll ever actually see a benefit. If you're sitting back and you just don't want to edit anymore and someone else is doing it, then you're strictly tying yourself down to whatever money your channel is making, or to whatever revenue streams that you currently own right now that got you into the position to hire your first editor. But is the editor really making you money? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, but I think it's up to the person that's hiring now to use the time to make more money. And I've had these issues even with some people recently. Like, I always ask someone when they're looking for an editor, why are you looking for someone to edit your videos? What do you personally need out of this? And most of the time, the answer is always time. But then when I ask them about the money, and they're strapped for money, they feel like they don't just have enough money to, you know, whatever, to pay more than they would like, right? Then I challenge them by saying, if I'm freeing up 10 hours of your week, what are you going to do for those 10 hours? Are you going to create the script for your next video? So maybe if you edit that video and create that video while I'm editing this one, you upload it 2 times a week now as opposed to 1. Or maybe you're never going to miss an upload now, so sponsors are going to see you as more reliable and they're going to want to work with you, and you can have those conversations with them. Like, there's just such a bigger picture when it comes to having someone else on your team. And when we're too fixated on, I just want time back for my business and or for myself, right? Like, you just want a time to go to the beach one day. That is fine, but just know that then that's something that you're making a choice on, and it's not my fault. And I know that sounds weird to say, but like, sometimes I feel like I'm almost guilted into charging money to survive, when if you can only afford X amount of dollars and I'm agreeing to work with you, it is still up to you to make the business money. I'm here to do my job, which is to get you this video done. But just because the video didn't get you extra money, that's not on me. You know, if my house is here to have, I don't know, a roof fixed, and the roofer fixes it, but then I tell them, well, my AC's still broken, I never hired them to fix the AC, so why am I going to get mad at the roofer? And maybe that analogy doesn't make sense, but the point is, I really think you need to really consider why you're hiring someone and what you can do with the time that they're giving you back, because that's the only way I think it's really going to pay off at the end. If maybe I'm wrong on this, or if you see this differently, obviously let any one of us know down in the comment section, because I'm sure some people will have an opinion on this. But I think that is your first step. Consider everything, including your time, your money, and why you need an editor. Once you really understand why you're looking for an editor, it'll make the editing process of finding someone easier, and especially if you can find someone that's willing to work with you, not put you in their cog machine, because sometimes we just gotta go through our clients, we need money, we gotta burn through them, versus someone that I'm looking to build long term with. That is what I would want for anybody, and that's where I think it's beneficial for both parties. Now, if you have any comments about this, leave it down in the comment section. I'm open to hearing more about it. And obviously, I don't know everything, right? Like, I don't know everyone's brain out there. I don't know everyone's circumstance, but I know for a fact that once you really consider how to replace the money you're spending by bringing someone else in, that will change your relationship, and that could change how you make more money in the future, leveraging the new time that is now given to you.